Mondi.
What's up? What's up, man? How's it going?
Good, man. Look, news, reviews, updates, tidbits. There's a lot of things to discuss today, man. I'm excited. Got a really great show. Well, a
Haven't
show
heard
to
this.
discuss.
Haven't heard this
Uh,
opening before.
I know, right? So let's do it, man. Look, we got a lot of things to do. Let's go.
We do. First of all, I just want to shout out one of our most faithful listeners, Jesse Olerode. He has some remarks for you, Julian.
Does he?
He hit me up and he said, "I could have swore you guys dropped twice a week. What happened to that schedule? Is Julian just like didn't have any content, or?" I was like, "Hey, man, I don't know." So you guys have some beef there, Jesse, if you're listening, which I know you are. Yeah, talk to Julian because I don't know. All right, moving on. We have trailers to get into. The first trailer I want to get into is for a documentary,
Starting
if you will,
trailers.
titled
All right.
"Black Twitter: A People's History." Actually, it's out right now. I think the trailer is out right now. It premieres on May 9th on Hulu. Um, what are your thoughts on a documentary on Hulu about what Black Twitter is? Because Black Twitter has some words about it.
Yeah, Hulu is what the fuck are they doing? First is
Is it
Freaknik.
Freaknik? Black.
Yeah, it's like
We
hold on, bitch.
we gonna cater to y'all.
Right, like I'm noticing a pattern here, and it's working. So yeah, I mean this. I don't want to say that this looked entertaining, but it looked interesting to the point where like there's actually a study being done about Black Twitter. Now I don't know like who these niggas are that are all of a sudden like the voices of Black Twitter and like they're talking about
Right.
all these things like that's so. I mean, well, look, I mean, it's not like I actually know what any of these people look like, so I guess that could be them, I guess, but yeah, I don't know. Interesting concept. I don't think that I'm actually going to watch this, but yeah, I did see a lot of the fanfare for after the trailer came out. So I don't know. I'll check your Instagram on you. This doesn't really appease me, to be completely honest.
I agree. I think it's a super cool concept. I do think that Black Twitter deserves something like this. I mean, Black Twitter moves the needle on a lot of things that I feel like we don't get enough credit for. Um, but yeah, like you, who are these random people in the trailer that are giving their thoughts on what Black Twitter is? That's kind of adjacent to like how people were mad about Mark Lamont Hill speaking on Freaknik. Like, nigga, you a black activist. These are hoes we talk about, okay? But and it's weird too. They show
Nigga said these is hoes, nigga.
they
Okay.
chose a very group of people based on what I saw in the trailer. These are like older
Yeah.
people, like in their 40s and like late 30s. Like Black Twitter to me, like maybe I'm biased, obviously, but the
You are
meat
biased. Yeah.
no diddy of what Black Twitter is like people our age and people like maybe like a little younger. Like that's what shifts the culture, in my opinion. Um,
Mm.
and like I say, ironically, Black Twitter were not happy about this. They weren't happy about what they saw in this trailer. So I don't know. It does look interesting. I might check it out. I don't know. Depending on how I'm feeling. Um, we have this is the funniest trailer. We have the trailer for FX's new show called Clipped. This is based on the downfall of Donald Sterling. That big old scandal that got released. We got Lawrence Fishburne, Lawrence Fishburne playing Doc
Doc
Rivers,
Rivers, baby.
and we got
Yes.
Ed O'Neill from Modern Family, of course, is playing Don Sterling himself. I saw the
Mm-hmm.
funniest tweet. They was like, they got the sprayed on here for Lawrence Fishburne as Doc. Give him the
They
Emmy
do.
now.
They do.
So, what are your thoughts?
This shit looks so fucking ass.
Right?
This shit looks so fucking ass. Oh man, the funny shit I saw about this was the people that was like, "Oh man, who's this random white guy playing JJ Redick?" And JJ Redick actually responded. He was like, "It's Jason Capono." And people were like, "Whoa, really, Jason Capono?" He's a former NBA player. For people that don't know, another white guy. He basically looks like JJ Redick. He was a shooter and everything. And
That's
JJ
funny.
Redick was like, "No, it's not Jason Capono." Like, what the fuck? Like, it was a joke. But yeah, this looked so ass. I can't wait to watch this just to laugh, just to like relive those memories. It wasn't that long ago, guys. It was literally maybe 10 years ago, maybe a
Yeah.
little less, honestly. Since like the whole the Donald Sterling thing came out, so like these niggas moved pretty quick on this. But yeah, Lawrence Fishburne as Doc Rivers is just fucking. That's just pure comedy. I can't wait for this bullshit. I can't wait.
Isn't he like older than Doc Rivers right now? Like he's playing Doc
Probably,
Rivers
yeah,
from like years ago.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
funny.
yeah.
Yeah, they got the actor Sir Jonas from Insecure who played the character Dro. He's playing Matt Barnes. Um, They got the guy from P
Sure.
Valley, Murda. He's playing. I think he's playing Chris Paul. So yeah, it's interesting. Honestly, I might check it out just to laugh and just to kind of see what the hell FX is going to do here. Because it does look ass, but at the same time, I am interesting. It is kind of interesting, I guess. So we'll see. Clipped. Like they're also making a movie on the January 6th thing too, like the January 6th when they rushed the White House. So
Mhm.
they're movies these days are getting made faster about real life, I guess.
Or it was the Capitol
Events.
building. It wasn't the White House.
You're right, the Capitol building. Sorry, because if it was the White House, boop, boop, boop.
Yeah, about to say, yeah. we be telling a very different fucking story.
Very
boy.
different story. Yeah, I think would have got pop.
Yeah.
Daisy Ridley, which I think they still should have got pop. That's a whole other conversation. Daisy Ridley stars in the trailer for Young Woman and the Sea. This is coming to theaters May 31st. It's one of those generic Disney sports movies we get once a year. Surprised it made it out of the Disney Plus. I guess I don't know. Thing is now coming to theaters, which is crazy to me. But what are your thoughts on this?
You know, when I see trailers like this, I try not to be negative like you just were. Like, I try not to put it. No, seriously, because like I'm known as the negative guy. So like
you are. Yes.
It's really hard sometimes to just not roll my eyes when I see stuff like this because you know, it's just like you said, like it's just this generic bullshit that we get every so often from Disney. It's just like, bro, like just because Daisy Ridley is in this doesn't mean that I'm gonna see this. Like, and like I totally agree. Like I don't know how this made it out of Disney Plus hell where it fucking belongs.
Where it belongs.
But you know, whatever, man. Look, if you guys want to see Daisy Ridley playing this woman, I'm sure this is based on some kind of true story.
Oh yeah, of course it is.
Where she swam the English Channel, and go for it, man. Y'all have fun. I'm not watching this. I'm not.
To Disney's credit, I do want to say for every one of these mediocre movies we get, there are some really, really great ones like Glory Road. Have you ever seen that?
The basketball movie?
Yeah, the basketball movie.
Yeah.
When he was the first white coach to recruit niggas in the NCAA.
Mm-hmm.
That nigga said, hold on, I got to play. I'm gonna go to the streets of Brooklyn and see what they like on the playground. And those niggas won the championship.
I haven't seen that movie in a while. I actually really enjoyed that movie, though.
Yeah, Glory Road is good, man. And also, of course, the classic Remember the Titans, I believe, is a Disney movie as well. That's like the best sports movie of all time, in my opinion. That or Coach Carter is close.
I was about to say, hold on now. But, we are not ourselves, but we are inadequate.
Our deepest fear is not that we are. Timo Crew, that was me, boy, and Joe JV. That was me. I was a problem as a coach.
This nigga was pulling up half court threes, nigga, in the 80s. Nigga, you're on the bench, bitch. Like, who do you think you are? Coming down on a fast break and shooting a three? Get your ass over here. That's hilarious.
Remember when Yami, our friend, pulled from like half court in the game?
I do remember that. Yeah.
Shout out Yami. Shout out fucking Yami.
First of all, wait. First of all, there was so much time left. Like it wasn't like, okay, like end of the quarter, got to get a shot up. It wasn't like a broken play. like somebody passed in the ball. He was open. He was just like, fuck that shit. Shout out to Yami, man. Oh man, that's funny.
Okay, hold on.
That's funny.
Last random story. Remember on JV when Devontae story, we were playing against Lithia Springs. We were down by like 40 in the fourth quarter. And time was expiring, and he decided to give the biggest speech of comeback. He's like, guys, we can do it. Coach Lindsay was like, we're down like 40. There's 2 minutes left in the game. Anyway,
so like I remember you telling me about this, but I actually don't remember that. But that's
maybe
actually
you were playing on varsity. Because I know you floated between varsity and JV. Maybe that was a varsity game for you. But anyway,
whatever.
Moving on, guys. Sorry for that random JV history. We have the trailer for Atlas, starring Jennifer Lopez, Simu Liu, Sterling K. Brown, and Mark Strong, has been released. It's coming to Netflix. Why are you?
See me, what?
Simu Liu. That's his name, right? Shang-Chi?
It's just Simu Liu, nigga. This nigga said Liu.
Simu Liu. Okay. It's spelled L-I-U, so that kind of messed me up. But
Liu Kang, Liu.
But is Liu Kang spelled Liu Kang, or
Yeah,
it's just Liu? Oh, okay.
no, bro.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Goddamn.
You
Uh,
should know this. Mortal Kombat came. All right, go ahead, Sorry, go
anyway,
ahead.
trailer for Atlas is out, coming to
Atlas.
Netflix.
Yes.
J Lo.
How is she? Like, I don't understand this monopoly that she has with. Well, no. She doesn't have a monopoly. Adam Sandler, Kevin Hart, The Rock, Ryan Reynolds. They all have this. Well, I guess it's just a deal with Netflix. Where like we're gonna make 4 or 5 movies. We're gonna release them over a span of 4 or 5 years, and you're gonna fucking like it. So this is another Netflix J Lo film. Or actually, wait, has J Lo been Netflix or has she been Prime?
No, she's definitely been on Netflix. I saw a movie called Mother with her and Amari Hardwick. Came out,
Okay,
I think,
that's what I was
last
thinking
year.
about.
Yeah,
Okay.
she was
Anyway,
on
look,
decent.
I mean this trailer it's set in some apocalyptic type thing where there's AI and the AI is guiding her on this uninhabitable world. I a, a lot of these movies that J Lo has been doing, the trailers look interesting to an extent, and then after I watched the full trailer, I'm just like, I don't think I want to see this movie, and I'm not 100% sure why. Because I mean, like I said, like on like a surface level, it it could be something that would be fun to watch, but I think I may be like leaning more into what you typically say about Netflix, where like Netflix has like this style of film, and like this kind of just felt like it fit right into that style of film, and those are never really fun, unfortunately. So I feel like this is just going to be a waste of my time. So I'll probably skip this.
Same. A year ago, I would have probably checked this out just because I figured, why not? It's an action movie, some stars I like in it. But like you said, the Netflix machine, man, has just become crazy. It's crazy because, like, I believe the executive of Netflix even put out a statement like we're gonna even lean into like more of these kind of movies. I believe if I think that's what he said or something like that. I was like, wow, you're actually crazy. But yeah, I can't do this. I can't do this formula. And like you said, I think the four horsemen of Netflix are Jennifer Lopez, Kevin
Four
Hart,
Horsemen.
Adam Sandler, and Millie Bobby Brown. You could argue Ryan Reynolds or The Rock or whatever, but those four consistently every year we get one or two projects from them that are just completely mediocre. And so yeah, I Atlas I'll probably be skipping, to be honest. We have the trailer for The Exorcism, starring Russell Crowe, coming to theaters June 7th. Chloe Bailey's also in it as well. What are your thoughts on this trailer?
This is interesting because not too long ago there was a follow up to the original The Exorcist that came out in theaters. I didn't catch it,
Last
but I've
year?
heard really, yeah. I said
Yeah,
not too long. I'm pretty sure it was
I
last
saw
year,
it.
right?
Yeah, it was last year. I saw it. Yeah, it was decent. I liked it.
Yeah. From like real horror fans, I've actually heard that that movie is pretty good. So I'm actually gonna go back and watch that. But this seemed like something a little different, which is good. I still feel like they're trying to capture what the original Exorcist was able to capture in that time. I just don't think it's possible anymore. I just don't. Um, Obviously, this is like character work for Russell Crowe, which is great. Like he's a great actor. I know he can do it. He can pull it off. But um, I'm a little skeptical about this. Uh, I'd honestly probably watch this in theaters, but I'm not really expecting it to be good or great. I'd probably just watch it because it's horror, and I love horror, and because it's Russell Crowe. But yeah, yeah. What do you think?
As Edna would say, "My God, he got some fat." In regards to Russell Crowe, um,
Jesus.
and is this in the Exorcist universe? I didn't pick that up from the trailer. I mean, it
No,
has a similar title, but
yeah. I mean, I don't think so. I really
okay.
just said that because to me, it felt like they were trying to capture that original essence of what The Exorcist was in that time in this trailer. But
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know if they're part of the same universe or anything like that. I doubt it, honestly.
Yeah, same. I doubt it too because The Exorcist Believer, which came out last year, is the start of a trilogy. That's going to be a trilogy on
Oh,
itself.
okay.
So I doubt they had this random kind of spin off in the middle of there. Um, and also, the only interesting thing about this trailer, honestly, it looks like so like I've seen it before, is that they're filming a film about the exorcism and things, go too far. So that's like an interesting angle, I guess. But it still looks
Well,
more of the same.
they were actually talking about what happened on the set of the actual Exorcist when they were filming it.
Oh,
Because
oh,
yeah,
okay.
like during the filming of that movie all the way back in the 70s, there were all these weird occurrences all these weird accidents with stunt people. And I think almost everybody from that film is dead, like prematurely, aside from the little girl and maybe one or two other people. But like, I'm pretty sure, yeah. There's like, if you look it up, there's like a whole bunch of like weird shit surrounding the making of that film. Um, but yeah, that was what they were referencing in the trailer for this. Yeah.
I didn't pick that up. Okay, well, thank you for
Mm-hmm.
clarifying that. Okay. Last trailer here, guys, is for Zoe Kravitz's directorial debut. It's a movie called Blink Twice, starring her real life boyfriend. I don't know if a husband or boyfriend. I think boyfriend, Channing Tatum, um, and Naomi Ackie, who played Whitney Houston in the biopic a couple years ago. In theaters, August 23rd. Um, what are your thoughts on this directorial debut from Zoe Kravitz?
Why hasn't Channing Tatum done this kind of work before? He seems like the perfect archetype for, seemingly nice guy, good looking guy, and then it turns out that there's trouble afoot and there's something else going on.
Have you seen Step Up?
No, what the fuck is
Similar.
that? Is that a
Step
dance
Up?
movie?
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here, nigga. So yeah, like I said, anyway,
his dancing is so ass in that movie, by the way. But go ahead.
Like I said, for some reason, I just feel like Channing Tatum's like actually going to kill this, and I'm actually excited to see this movie. Not because Zoe Kravitz is directing. I really don't give a fuck about that. I mean, obviously, I hope she does well, but like that doesn't excite me. But yeah, I mean, to say that this is something that we haven't seen or heard of before would just be a blatant lie. Like obviously, like I pretty much just said it. Like, yeah, you get invited somewhere under false pretenses, and then the real plot happens. So cool. It's right up my alley, man. One of these little garbage movies that happens every year. Cool, let's do it. I hope Channing Tatum is great and believable in it. I'll be there opening night.
The movies that you decide to skip as opposed to the ones that you decide to just say fuck it to, it'll always befuddle me.
Yeah, we say that like
Channing,
once a month.
yeah, Channing Tatum, yeah, he started off his career just playing a wigger in Coach Carter and movies like Step Up, and now he's really evolved into the white man he was always meant to be. Okay, this looks like an R-rated version of the casino episode of Percy Jackson, when they go into and they get tricked, and hold on, we're having a good time, but wait. Are we having a good time? How long we been here? This food tastes funky. Yeah, like you said, we've seen this plot once a year. Yeah, I'll be there opening night. Moving on. All right. So
that's what the fuck I thought, bitch.
Okay. Severance season 2 has wrapped filming and it will be releasing later this year on Apple TV Plus. I've always recommended this show, guys. This is one of the best recent sci-fi shows in recent memory for me. It's so underrated. It has viewers. Like I hear people talking about it, but I would just wish more people talked about it. It's the movie the show on Apple TV starring Adam Scott, probably because it's on Apple TV. If no one watches it.
Yeah, that's why.
And directed, I believe, created by Ben Stiller. So very different for something that he would do, Ben Stiller.
Excuse me.
It's just really just a great sci-fi show. Like it's really good, really good. An adaptation of Kingdom Hearts is reportedly in the works at Disney. It's currently unclear whether this will be a film or a TV project. You played Kingdom Hearts, right? Oh no, not the anime laugh.
Yeah, I played Kingdom Hearts.
Okay.
Twice.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on this potential Kingdom Heart live
Yeah,
action?
don't want it. It's stupid. Stop it. Leave it alone. Video games are enough. Blah 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 blah. But they're going to make it. It'll probably be live action, which is going to be tough. But they're going to do it.
Goofy and fucking everybody live action, but
yeah. They're going to do it. Super Mario Brothers making $1 billion opened up a whole new world, buddy. Whole new fucking world. So yeah,
live action Goofy actually sounds terrifying. Sony,
I'm 7'5", bitch.
Right. Sony has signed a deal to make movies and TV shows based off of the board game Clue. Of course, there was a popular movie called Clue based off of the board game that came out, I believe 80s and 70s. I think this is just off of the Knives Out success. They're trying to capitalize off of that and maybe make their own kind of counterpart to it. Did you ever play Clue growing up? And what are your thoughts on this? Sony doing some more Sony shit.
Sure, I played Clue. I think it's hilarious that you have constantly had this like disdain for Sony. I love it honestly.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean they're absolutely nuts. But who doesn't love a good who done it? You know, so whatever. I'll be there opening night, I guess. Fuck, man. So let's do it. Add it to the list.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that we're getting like 6 Knives Out movies makes me think we don't need this. But Clue was here first, to be fair. And I do think Sony is run by a just complete idiot. So I think it's Amy Pascal, I believe, is the one who runs Sony. A movie that depicts O.J. Simpson as innocent of murder is in development. Owen Wilson was offered $12 million to star as attorney Douglas McCann, but he said, "If you think I'm going to take that lead role in a movie about OJ and he didn't do it, you got to be fucking kidding me." That was so funny that Owen Wilson said that. But um, first of all, rest in peace, OJ Simpson. And do you think a movie portraying him as innocent is something that you would want to watch? I mean, he was technically
You know,
innocent, I guess.
as a black man that was born in the 90s, I really should care more about OJ Simpson and like the whole controversy, but I literally never have.
Same.
Um, he got away with killing somebody, I guess. Um, and people hated him his entire life for it, I guess.
That somebody was a white woman,
So
so that's why there's a lot of
cool.
tension in the air.
Yeah, man. Look, I don't give a fuck about this. I'm sorry. Like, I don't care. I don't care. I'm not gonna watch this. I mean, I'm gonna skip this like I skipped everything else about him in my entire life. So I don't care about this.
Same. I don't care either. I believe there was an O.J. Simpson show that came out a couple years ago. It got erected like a lot of Emmys and stuff like that when it came out. So they're constantly just revisiting this case. I know it's iconic, I guess, but let's lay it to rest.
Especially in the black community.
White people love it too, actually. You'd be surprised. Kiki Palmer and SZA, the singer SZA, are set to star in a new buddy comedy film produced by Issa Rae. Does this sound appealing to you?
This sounds like BET Plus.
Don't do that.
It does. I'm not watching this. No. Kiki Palmer and who?
SZA.
Who? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. BET
I thought
Plus. Let's go.
I thought SZA had no acting experience, but recently I've been seeing a clip on Twitter of her. I forgot she was on Insecure briefly. She had like a little snippet, like a little. She was like reenacting like some kind of show or something like that, and I guess that's her acting experience. I think
Wasn't she in the remake, the Color Purple remake?
that was her. You fucking racist. That was the singer. Her. That wasn't SZA.
Racist?
Yeah, nigga. You think every black person look the same? You fucking
Nigga, I didn't
Mexican.
see the movie. What are you talking about?
Anyway.
What the heck?
But yeah, Kiki Palmer says whatever. Yeah, I'll be there. Issa Rae, I support her. I am looking at Issa Rae a little bit differently. I know I take everything with a grain of salt. I watched the Amanda Seales interview with Shannon Sharp, and Amanda Seales had a lot of things to say about Issa, how she kind of goes about things. Of course, like I said, I take it with a grain of salt, but those things were kind of like, oh man, come on, Issa. I hope you aren't really like that. So we'll see. But I still support Issa regardless. And yeah, I'll be there. I think this could be fun. Um, Elizabeth Moss says that The Invisible Man 2 is still planned to happen. She says we are closer than ever than we've ever been to cracking it, I guess, to getting it, greenlit or whatever. I think The Invisible Man in 2020 is like the best film of 2020, which is crazy. Or like top 3 films of 2020. Which there weren't that many
I'm
options
not
because
sure.
of
It
the
had a lot
pandemic.
of competition.
It didn't, but I remember I watched it recently too. I was like, this is a really fucking solid movie. Like, this is a really good horror movie. Part 2, I'd be here for it. Fuck it.
Yeah, I think that movie may have been the last movie I got to see in theaters before the world shut down and COVID. So,
Mm.
um, and yeah, I mean, I remember enjoying it. I haven't seen it since, so I may have to revisit. But um, pretty sure this was a remake of a
Yeah.
film that was similar to came out in the 90s or the early 2000s or
Mhm.
whatever. Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's do part 2. Sure, let's do it.
And also, speaking of Elizabeth Moss, prayers for her because she has broke her spine while filming a stunt for the upcoming spy TV series, The Veil. So no Invisible Man 2 anytime soon, I'm assuming, based on that. But yeah, spine broken? Sheesh.
Get well
Moving
soon.
on. Moving on. Oh my God. I hate you. Let's do some reviews. Did you watch any shows or finish any shows besides Shogun?
Yeah, unfortunately, I did. Ninja Kamui.
Oh yeah, speak on that, please.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm not even sure if this show is actually over, but it's
Oh,
fucking over for me. God damn
wait,
it.
wait.
How fucking bro. Like this show started off with so much promise and potential.
I
I
remember
was
hearing
just
good things
like,
about it.
yeah. I was like, I was blown away by the first few episodes. Like the animation, the choreography, and the action. The story was great. The voice acting was great. I was just like, man, like they've got something here. And then right around episode 5 or 6, like it just turned and like it did like a hard left into wizards and mechs and spell casting, and I'm just like wait, what? Like what? Like what's going on? Like literally, I was sitting here, I was like, what is actually going on? Like what's happening? Um, it kind of reminded me of what Lakeith Stanfield's show. What was
I
it
was gonna
called?
say that. I was like, that kind of reminded me of the Lakeith Stanfield turn of how the episode went from like mechs and wizards
Black
out of nowhere.
Samurai. Was it Black
I
Samurai?
forgot what it was
Something like
called.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. Anyway, yeah, bro, like, yeah, like, all of a sudden, it just took like this major shift, and I'm just like, whoa, I'm not having fun with this anymore. I don't know what's going on. I'm not sure where this is going to end up. Maybe I'll finish it one day, but man, I'm so disappointed. The fall off is real. So yeah, Ninja Kamui, fuck you, bitch. How fucking dare you? But
Mm.
yeah, okay. That's all I have. Sorry. Go ahead, man.
Yasuke was the name of the Lakeith Stanfield.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. That's good.
But you're also the same one that fell off of season 3 of Legend of Korra was Zahir, which was a really good season in my opinion. So I don't know if I can trust you. But
Yeah. Don't trust me. Watch it yourself.
let's talk Shogun.
Okay.
FX's new show on Hulu. A lot of people talking about it. It's getting a lot of acclaim. What are your thoughts on Shogun?
Yeah. Excuse me. So look, overall, this was a really good show. Um, I do think the finale underdelivered, underperformed, but that still didn't take away the totality of the show and what they were able to accomplish. Um, it's crazy because when I saw the promo for this, I was just like, why does this promo look different? like this shit looks different. Like it looks good. And I wasn't disappointed, man. I really wasn't let down in any aspect from Hiroyuki's Hiroyuki.
Sonata?
For some reason, Sonata just didn't sound right in my mind. Hiroyuki Sonata's performance as Toranaga was just it's just epic, man. He's been so good for so long that like you kind of take it for granted, and when you see him in these, and I watched this completely subbed, by the way. So like when you see him in every scene he's in, just
Is it sub
taking
the only
over.
option?
No, you could have watched it dubbed. There's like an option
Really?
on Hulu,
Ew.
anyway.
Oh, I know that.
Um, yeah, where it's just like random people dubbing over their voices. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah. Hiroyuki Sanada was just awesome, man. In basically every scene that he was in, his character Toranaga was great. But I think the standout was Anna Sawai's Mariko Sama. She was just absolutely fantastic. Again, like in every scene that she's in, I love all the memes about her translation because like this nigga John Blackthorne would be like, yeah, tell this nigga da 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 da, and she'd be like, he thanks you for your
The engine is grateful.
right, yeah. But yeah, man, look, I mean, like the world building, the characters, the setting, the authenticity. I loved that they were. I love their like the clothing, like their designs, the set locations. All of it was just beautiful, man. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Speaking Japanese the entire time. Um, even like the religious aspect was just like an interesting twist to it. There were just so many good things where like I get the Game of Thrones comparisons. Like I totally get it, and I think it's warranted. Like low key, if this shit would have had like some dragons or something, like it may have been fucking better than Game of Thrones. Goddamn, it may have been better. But yeah, man. Like I do think that the finale just it just didn't give me what I want because it kind of felt like they were building towards this one thing for the entire show, and we just didn't get that thing. Like we kind of got like a forward or whatever the fuck this was in Toranaga's mind of it, which is cool, you know. I mean, whatever. Um, but mostly, I'm happy for all of the Japanese actors involved that got shine. Like I thought, the guy who played Buntaro was great. He actually had like a really good arc. Even Toranaga's son and the guy who played uh,
Abashibe.
yes, thank you, Yabashige was great. Even like the what's that nigga's name? The heir's
Ito.
mother,
Oh,
Ochiba, the
oh yeah.
girl Ochiba. I thought she was great. I thought Kiku was great. I missed her. Like she was heavy in the first 5 episodes, and they just left her out until the end. She would go be a nun. I'd be like, bitch, no, you're not. Uh,
Bro,
uh,
I thought the Anjo was about to get with Kiko at the end. I was like, hold on, wait, what? Ain't you sad about Monica?
right, yeah.
I'll be here for him.
Um, me too. But like, but yeah, look. Overall, this was a really great show, man. It basically delivered on everything that I thought that it could deliver on. It had the characters, it had the plot, it had the setting, it had great action. Still, that scene with the cannon is still one of the most jarring scenes like I've ever seen. Like, it was just like, holy shit. Okay, that's what happens when you get hit by a cannon. Like, Jesus Christ. So
Four
yeah, man,
horses.
just yeah, for it, yeah. And you know, one thing that I thought, or one thing that's common in these stories is the white savior thing. And honestly, it really wasn't that way. And I'm glad because, you know, as much as it was about him, it really wasn't. And I appreciated that. So yeah. Um, yeah, this show was, I mean, it was great. I mean, I gave it an A. I really wanted to take it down a letter grade because of the finale, but the finale wasn't bad. It just didn't deliver on exactly what I wanted. So I couldn't in good conscience take away from every other great thing from the show. But this show was absolutely, it was amazing. I mean, one of the best shows I've seen this year. And I've seen a lot of fucking shows this year somehow. So yeah,
Hey man,
go ahead, Monty.
the end matters. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think this show probably has the best ensemble I've seen since maybe this show called Succession, which I watched recently.
is
Just
that about the
like
plane?
no, Succession is when the family of these corporate tycoons in corporate America. It's like a big HBO show.
Okay.
Anyway, but yeah. So the ensemble here is amazing. Like everybody from like, of course, the people that we love, Anna Sawai, Sonata, but to like even like a fisherman who gets 5 minutes of screen time, like everybody just comes to play, brings their top A game. Of course, the standouts are Anna Sawai as Lady Mariko, who I think just has such an interesting arc, or just not even an arc, just an interesting layered performance because she's essentially depressed and suicidal and filled with grief and guilt, but she always finds a way to maintain this poise. You can always see the cracks of vulnerability in her character, which is I think is just amazing acting on Anna Sawai's part because I just saw her in the Monarch show on Godzilla, King of the or that Godzilla Apple TV show. And I thought she was like the lead. I was like, she's okay. I mean, she's mediocre at best, but that just kind of shows the power of what great direction and great writing can do. Because now that I see her in this, I'm like, she's one of the most talented people out here. Like I want to see her do more and more stuff, and she's drop dead gorgeous. Not to be honest. Um, we got Hiroyuki Sanada. I think it's always amazing in everything that he's been in. Obviously, he's Tornaga, just a complete chess player when it comes to the art of war. Seeing the way his mind works is just such a fascinating thing to witness week to week. So yeah, just really, really great ensemble. I was so proud of the authenticity, like you mentioned, from the costume design. It just felt real, like the actual them actually speaking Japanese. So many times, I've the Japans. So many times I've reviewed a movie or a show like Prey, which came out that Predator movie, where the authenticity is just stripped from me, for me personally, because like, why are we speaking in English when this takes place in a region of the world where English was not spoken? So that really bothers me when movies and shows do that. So I'm so happy that this show actually did have them speaking actual um, Japanese. I found it very interesting as well because, like, tell me if I'm wrong, but wasn't the Anjin or John Blacksmith or whatever Blackthorn? He was actually speaking Portuguese, but the show made an effort to basically say he interpreted his English to us, but he's actually speaking Portuguese. Did you catch that?
No, I just thought that. I mean, first of all, you may be right, but that's not how I interpreted it. I just interpreted it as this is what English would become, and they were just calling it Portuguese at this time. But
Oh.
I mean, I could be totally wrong, and but that's just how I interpret it.
Okay. Okay. Well, that could be interesting as well. I did think the marketing for the show was interesting only because not in a bad way, but I thought it was gonna be like a every episode battle, big war, like a more of like like towards the like later seasons of Game of Thrones. But it's more like it's a dramatic kind of political, chess piece kind of game with show. And once I accepted that, I was able to really appreciate it that much more. Initially, like you, I was so against the white savior trope that we see all the time in Hollywood. I was like, oh my god, because in the early episodes of the show, it's like they're obviously setting up John Blackthorne to be this white savior, and I just don't want to see that. Honestly, I remember when I reviewed the trailer, I was like, I don't want any white interference in the show at all. I was like, I
Mhm.
just want to see this story take place in the corner of Japan and just have people just, the Japanese people, But after doing my research, this show actually is based on a novel, which there
Mhm.
was also an 80s TV show called Shogun as well, which I actually might check out. And this is also based on somewhat historical events that actually happened in real life too. So once I considered all that, and even seeing how it played out, I was like, okay, he's definitely not a white savior trope at all because once you see how it ends, it's just he's a vital character for sure, but definitely
Mhm.
not like doesn't do anything significant to be honest. He's more so kind of a character to really just support like Mariko and her journey, which I thought was really really cool. Um, I think that the thing that I really appreciated the most in this show is how every character basically toes a line in this and back in like feudal Japan of like loyalty and like the honor that comes with loyalty, but also knowing when to discern or being not or maybe being able to not discern when that loyalty is to your detriment. Because loyalty was such a big thing, honor was such a big thing in feudal Japan. And so we see so many characters kind of like navigate around it in the show. Some just plow right through it, but it's just such an interesting thing to see how they kind of go about that. I swear every episode somebody was either committing seppuku or threatening to commit seppuku. I'm like, God damn, can y'all niggas just live? It's okay. Like Jesus Christ. But I know that's a Western
Yeah,
kind of thought process on that. But
it is.
interesting,
Mhm.
very interesting. The finale, I'm so glad you brought that up. I did find it to be solemn and kind of, I think there were some heartbreaking moments in the show. Like, I mean, in the finale, but to me, it did not hit. I didn't get that oomph that I wanted, and so that's what's keeping it from that coveted A grade for me. I gave it a B plus. I think it's great on a lot of facets. Like I said, the ensemble's amazing, great, everything else, but the finale just didn't hit home. And I know people are gonna be like, well, you just wanted action and you just wanted to see Crimson Sky play out. But no, that's not necessarily what it is. I just wanted more of a oomph after going through this 10 episode journey of being so invested in these characters. I didn't feel like when the show ended, I was like, okay, I feel completely satisfied with what happened. And so it's not because of the lack of action or anything like that, because that's just not the true for me. So I gave it a B plus. The creators of the show said it's only going to be one season, and they're kind of sticking to that, which I really respect. A beginning, middle, and end. I think there is more to tell, to be honest, but I do respect them telling this one singular story. So that's my thoughts on Shogun.
It's interesting you bring that point up because I tweeted the beginning, middle, and end thing before I had seen the last 3 episodes, and now I low key like disagree. Like, hold on, nigga, like y'all ain't done. But
Yeah.
I guess it's like you said, it's based off of a novel. If this is all that the novel has, then I don't want them to just make some bullshit up and try to do 5 or 6 more episodes. So yeah, if it's over, it's over, man, and that's cool. I still love this show. Um, and like I said, man, like this is just like a master class for Hiroyuki Sanada and Anna Sawai. Like they were just great in every scene that they were in. So I really appreciate this show. I
Agree.
needed this show.
Agreed. I believe that the actor Hiroyuki Sanada campaigned for only Japanese actors to be portrayed. Right? Isn't that true? So
Hmm.
if that's like kudos to him for that, because we know how these studios do. Like, okay, we'll just throw in some Korean actors and some Chinese actors, and no, he was like, no, I want Japanese actors, authentic. And I thought that was just so cool of him to do that. And we've
Yep.
seen what creators do when they get the chance to go off the rails and do their own kind of thing with Game of Thrones season 7 and 8 when George R. R. Martin hadn't finished writing the book, so we get some bullshit. So this is what the book has. Leave it at that because I thought it was a really, like you said, a really great show.
Yep.
Um, did you watch any movies from last time we spoke?
No, I didn't.
Okay, I saw two movies. Well, really three, but only two because one of them I might have walked out on. The first one is We Grown Now. This is a new movie coming out. It's like a limited release. It's basically tells a story of these two kids in the iconic neighborhood of Chicago of Cabrini Green in the 90s. We've seen many movies take place in this iconic projects in Chicago, like Candyman or like Cooley High. It tells these two like third grade age kids, and they're kind of traversing life in the hood in the 90s. And so I wanted to check it out. It's a black film. We got Journey Smollett, who I'm a fan of. Obviously, we got Lil Rel Howery playing a dramatic role, I think, for the first time. He's not in the movie much, but I'm happy to see him try different things. And we had the two little boys. To me, the standout of the little boys was the actor who plays Journey Smollett's son. His name is Blake Cameron James. He was just, this is probably one of the best kid performances I've seen this year. The last shot of the movie is just a shot on his face, and once you have the context of why he's making that face, it's just a beautiful acting, just a really, really great ending, really powerful ending in my opinion. Here's where things get tricky, though. Here's the kicker: the director and the writer of this movie is a Pakistani woman, and for the life of me, I would love to pick her brain as to what compelled her to want to tell this spectrum, this small part of what the black experience is, the struggle and all that kind of stuff. Because I was like, a non-black woman telling this story. What's your angle here? That I'm very protective of who can tell black stories, as I feel like I have the responsibility to be. And so that kind of rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. But I'll get into more into that in a little bit. But I still thought it was a black film. I wanted to support it. There's some good things in the film for sure. It does a good job of capturing the way two boys bond, black boys or just any kind of boys. And it's a good job of showing kids going on these little mini adventures in their day and stuff like how their imagination plays out in the real world. All that stuff I thought was done really, really well. However, what I feared would happen with this movie ended up happening, which is that it turned into trauma porn very quickly, in particular, black trauma porn. So we've seen this stuff 1,000 times: living in the hood, financial hardship, police brutality, violence, all that kind of stuff. And so once again, I have to ask the question: what would compel this Pakistani woman to want to tell this side of what the black experience is? It just felt weird to me. I'm not gonna lie. And so, um, I feel like she may be doing this to kind of get like award nomination, because these kind of movies are really good bait for award season, like the Emmys, or I mean not Emmys, like the Oscars and stuff like that, the Golden Globes. And then once she gets that recognition, she can go ahead and make the movies that she really wants to make. And so if she's using black culture or what we are as a springboard to do what she really wants to do, I could be totally wrong, but something in my gut is rubbing me the wrong way about why she chose to make this movie, to be honest. So overall, I give it a C. I'm not being biased because of what I just said. I'm really being objective as I can. Like I said, there's some good stuff in the movie, but it does meander a lot. It feels like directionless a lot of the times, and just like, what's the point? Is it just black trauma? But like I said, the ending is so powerful that grade actually got raised up, because it was a lower grade up until the end, to a C. So we grown now playing in theaters. Yeah. Moving on, last review is for, or next review, should I say, is for Challengers, the new movie starring Zendaya, out now. This is the tennis film. Non-spoiler review, obviously. I recommend you actually watch this movie, Julian. This comes from director Luca Guadagnino. He's made movies you might have heard of, like Call Me by Your Name with Timothy Chalamet, Bones and All. Timothy Chalamet, once again, I believe came out like 2 years ago. And now he's got Challengers. So he got Paul Atreides and Shawnee. So yeah, we got Zendaya. She loves her some white men. Kind of a joke, not really. And we have the two white men that are fiending after her in this movie, played by Mike Faist and Joshua O'Connor, who I think all three of those guys do really, really good. Now, in regard to the whole Zendaya thing about what I said about her and white men, she did make a quote that I thought was kind of interesting, kind of like what Michael B. Jordan said, like, they only apply for roles that are intended for white actors. And so because they feel like they shouldn't be boxed in, and so they will never steal a role, quote unquote, from a black actor, because they understand that their leverage or whatever. So they only apply for other like, I think that's really cool if that's true, but I don't know. Anyway, this movie, guys, up until now, King Richard was the best tennis movie I've ever seen. Probably the only tennis movie I've ever seen too. I thought it was a really great movie. But now King Richard has some fierce competition with this movie, guys. This is a really, really good movie. Um, of course, I recommend two different audiences for those kind of movies. King Richard is more of a family movie. You can have fun with the family. This movie is like damn near erotica at times. So take that with a grain of salt. Understand that it's kind of very risque, which I liked. I mean, because we don't get those kind of movies in the theater anymore, at least. The tennis scenes in this movie, guys, are just amazing. Like, it's like, as somebody that plays tennis, recreationally, not at a high level, but I think this was just done so well. Like some of the best tennis shot I've ever seen on screen. Like, it's just amazing camera shots, and it works as a good sports movie and just a good, like I said, three-way kind of, you know, who gets the girl kind of movie as well, erotica kind of movie as well. So, as somebody who is currently developing myself, my next film will be like a 3-way kind of thing between like a guy or two guys and a girl. I found it very fascinating how this director chose to kind of go about it. I was like, okay, that's interesting. That's interesting because we've seen the classic stories so many times of like who gets the girl, the good guy or the bad boy, the good boy or the bad boy. We've seen it with Harry Potter. We've seen it with Victor Crumb and Ron Weasley. We've seen it with Damon Salvatore and Stefan Salvatore in Vampire Diaries. We've seen it with fucking Edward and Jacob. You know, we've seen it with fucking Harry Osborn and Peter Parker. Like we've seen it 1,000 times, but this movie does a really good job of doing that because it has so much natural comedy that just comes from that kind of situation, and so much just like I guess what's the word? So much to say about what modern relationships are. I found that really fascinating. It's got a very like non-linear storytelling as well. Like we go 13 years ago, 8 years ago, 5 years ago, and it works really well because we're constantly getting context to what's going on. And once you have that full context at the end of the movie, you're like, oh shit, that's pretty crazy. So overall, guys, I gave this movie an A-. It was battling Dune 2. It's like the best movie of the year. I'm like, oh shit, it's better than Dune 2? But no, I can't say that. But I mean, the argument can definitely be made, in my opinion. Julian, like I said, I recommend it to you. It's a really good movie, man. It's got a great score as well. So yeah, challengers, guys, go out and watch it.
Interesting.
Last review is for Boy Kills World. This is the new movie starring Bill Skarsgård. This is the action comedy. Um, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I walked out of this. Now, look, listen. People have been saying good things about it online. I've seen some TikTok reviews, and maybe I just wasn't in the right mind space when I went to go see this movie because I'm thinking like, it's okay, action comedy, I get it, but like more like just like good action, like a revenge story, like. But it seemed to lean a lot into like the comedy aspect of it. It's a very like a dark comedy. So if you find stuff funny, like a guy walking and getting blown up by a fucking landmine, like if that's funny to you, like and it's really bloody, then you'll probably have a good time. But to me, it just felt a little bit childish kind of comedy. And so about 40 minutes into it, I was like, yeah, I think I'd rather do something else in my day to day. So, but like I said, I've been hearing good things about it, but it's that kind of like Suicide Squad comedy. That makes sense. Like if Suicide Squad was strictly a comedy, would you enjoy it? If you would, then watch A Boy Kills World. All right.
Coming from a guy who loves the Suicide Squad, it's
I
hilarious.
adore the Suicide Squad, and I like Will Smith's Suicide Squad. If I'm being honest, but I thought there was more stuff to that movie than just comedy. Anyway, moving on. Tidbit time. Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney revealed that they leaned into their romance and the affair rumors for their movie to market Anyone But You, which came out last year in December, which is now streaming on Netflix. I think it's a really good rom-com in my opinion, but they fooled the hell out of me. Because after watching that movie and seeing the promo and all the interviews, I could have swore they was fucking the shit out of each other every day. And so this is true. Sydney Sweeney, you're a marketing genius. She said she was behind like a lot of the calls in the meetings, like, hey, let's do this. Great job, because it actually made a lot domestically. But yeah, any thoughts on this?
Not really. This doesn't matter. I didn't see the movie, but I
It's
do
on
know
Netflix.
that
Up to you,
Anyone
though.
But You made $187 million. So that's for a rom com. That's amazing. So
Amazing.
probably be a part two,
I love how
unless
you
one of
pull
them
that stat
died.
out of your ass too. I love that. Um,
Yeah.
are you gonna watch this on Netflix now? I think it's a good little movie night with you and Avi. You know, just get some popcorn and just sit back. I think it's a good watch.
Okay, maybe, nigga. Damn, I don't know. Leave me alone. What the heck? This nigga wants me to commit now. Watch it. Watch the nigga.
I'm just recommending it. That's all I'm saying. Anyway,
I don't know.
um, also speaking of things that I think are catered to you, the Lord of the Rings trilogy, guys, is returning to theaters this June with Peter Jackson's 2020 4K remastered and extended editions. Julian has never watched Lord of the Rings, guys. I think this is the perfect opportunity for him to finally understand what the hype is about. Guys, please help me convince this man to go to the theaters in this June and watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I know he won't do it, but help me
Money.
convince him.
They're ants. They're all ants. They don't have
Am
no
I
power over
am
me.
I an ant though?
You are. You're
Damn.
all ants. Trolling.
But seriously, do
I
do
might
you have
watch
any?
it. I might watch it.
Okay.
I said I might. I might watch it.
Okay.
If
But
there's
okay,
literally nothing else out in June.
I have to ask you though, like seriously, like, you like fantasy, you like dragons, you like swords. Like, why have you never had making compelled to want to watch Lord of the Rings? Arguably the greatest fantasy movie of all time.
Because I don't want to love it and get addicted to it. We've talked about this so many times.
What kind of weird
I
logic is
like
that?
it's not weird logic. I'm sure that I'm absolutely going to love it and spend an inordinate amount of time looking up the fucking lore and buying T-shirts and being a fucking Lord of the Rings super fan.
Isn't it being a
I
fan
don't have
fun?
time. No, it's not. It's actually not fun. No, no, it's not fun.
All right. Last segment here tonight, guys, or today, or this morning, whenever you're watching this bullshit, all 20 of you, is DC and Marvel news. First DC news, it's just only one piece of DC news. I think it's really just more of a tidbit, really. The Teen Titans show, which premiered on Cartoon Network, which Julian hates for some reason or never watched or some bullshit. The
I don't
English
hate that
version,
show.
there's a theme song that's amazing. Like, go, Teen, go, Teen Titans. How did that?
This thing just morphed to Power Rangers and Teen Titans. That's crazy. Teen Titans is when you trouble, you know who to call.
Yeah. Teen Titans. Okay, yeah.
Teen Titans.
Yeah. Anyway, guys,
You're
there's two
funny.
versions of that song that premiered on Cartoon Network. There's the opening theme. There's a Japanese version and there's an English version. Apparently, the English version meant that it was a more serious episode, and the Japanese version mean that we were about to watch a more comedic episode, which I thought is just so cool because the Japanese lyrics apparently are like very like goofy if you understand Japanese, and so that's just so cool to me. Like I'd never picked up on that as a kid. I did used to wonder like why would they switch up between Japanese and English opening themes, but I never really considered there might be a reason. So that's really cool.
That is cool. Cool.
Let's talk about the rumor mill. Shut the fuck up, Julian. Marvel is interested in Keke Palmer for a big role. The internet is convinced it's Rogue, but what are your thoughts on Keke Palmer coming into the MCU, child?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do we want nigger Rogue? I don't think so. So yeah. I don't know what role Keke Palmer would play in the MCU, but
the internet swears it's Rogue. They swear they're like 99% sure it's gonna be Rogue.
Okay. Well, the internet's never wrong, so Rogue, here we come, I guess. Cool. Yeah, I mean, sure, Keke Palmer being in MCU, cool, but do I want her to play Rogue? I don't. No.
I agree. I don't want her to play Rogue either. I've been seeing so many funny ass memes. They're like, "Ooh, Magneto, child, you better get up out of here!" Like, I was like, "Y'all racist bitches." But
right.
I agree. I don't want to see that bullshit in my MCU. Gambit, you looking fine ahead today. Anyway, Scarlett Johansson has a secret MCU project that will be coming. It will be a Disney Plus series. The kicker is that it's not related to Black Widow at all. So, have to assume it's going to be some animated bullshit because how can she possibly be any live action and see her face and not just think it's Black Widow? So, any thoughts on this?
Maybe she'll be like directing or creating something. Maybe she's not necessarily starring in something. So if that's the case, then shout out to Scarlett Johansson. But yeah, or she's just completely lying, and we're gonna get a Black Widow series. So you never know.
I would not be mad at. I'm still the only one in the world. I love the Black Widow movie. I think it's a damn good film. Guys, hot take of the year. I think it's a better film than No Way Home. I think No Way Home is. I would watch that 10 times over Black Widow. I think it's more entertaining. But from a film standpoint, and the technicality of film, Black Widow is a better film than Spider-Man No Way Home. Anyway,
that's wrong, but that's your opinion. So
moving on. Speaking of Spider-Man, guys, I am rewatching the Spider-Man movies, the Raimi trilogy, because they're out in theaters right now. I'll probably be watching Spider-Man 3 tomorrow, maybe. And Julian, I'm going to ask you on the pod, can we do a Spider-Man Raimi just talk about?
We've already done one. You want to do another one?
Mm-hmm. Because that was not in the YouTube era, and I got a lot more things to say on this rewatch.
Okay. I mean,
put him on the spot,
I'll watch Spider-Man again. Okay.
No, I'm not saying you got to watch it again, but can we just talk about the Raimi trilogy? I'm sure you watched it.
Yeah, we can absolutely.
You can have commentary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you watching them in theaters on this re-release?
No, I'm not doing that. Why would I do that? No, you can watch it on Netflix, literally right now. So,
but I can go to the theater and hear the Dolby sound of the anyway.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Haley Atwell, for guys, those who don't know, she plays Peggy Carter in the MCU. Oh. Yes, Titties Carter. Says that Doctor Strange, her role in Doctor Strange 2 was, quote, frustrating. She was like, "Oh, I can do this all day, and then I get immediately cut in half by a frisbee." Well, bitch, you took the role, you signed up for it, you acted it out. Don't be trying to come back on. Don't be trying to spin the block on my boy Kevin Feige. You know what you was doing. You wanted that check. Don't try to bring in the art now, okay? And plus, I don't like your ass anyway because you in every single episode of What If. You're in every fucking episode of season 2, and it's bullshit. And I'm tired of your
Is that
character.
her fault?
It's not,
I'm about to
but
say she was write the show.
they're really trying to make Peggy Carter fetch, and it's just not going to happen. But anyway, that's another conversation. What are your thoughts on her comments about her only being in Doctor Strange 2 briefly?
This doesn't matter to me. I'm sorry. Sure. Look, I love her. I love to look at her, but like her opinion on literally anything that the MCU is doing does not matter. She's not big enough.
All right.
Those titties, though.
The current sexist pod. And last bit of news here, guys, is Wesley Snipes is reportedly set to return as Blade in the multiverse saga. You make the weapons, I use them. Motherfuckers always trying to ice skate uphill. I'm sorry, go ahead.
That bullshit out of here. That fucking 70-year-old Wesley Snipes coming back as Blade. Stop, bro. I'll be there opening fucking night. What the fuck, nigga? What the fuck, nigga? Get my nigga. Yeah, get it back. Yeah, I need it. I can't wait to see his old ass, his Blade again. I don't know how they're gonna make it work. Are they gonna de-age him? They are. They're gonna de-age him. I'll be here for it. I can't wait for this. This is gonna be awesome. I hope he like does something cool. I hope he says something ridiculous. And guys, if you've never seen Blade Trinity, Jesus Christ, go back and watch the end of Blade Trinity, man. That nigga landed that table. He was not opening those motherfucking eyes. I promise y'all.
you crackers ain't getting nothing out of me.
This nigga hated everybody on that set, including Ryan Reynolds.
He hated Ryan Reynolds.
Like, he hates to this day. Like I think Deadpool and like first of all, that's gonna be a moment. Deadpool and Blade, but yeah, like go back and watch Blade Trinity. And then that nigga's eyes was not open. They CGI'd this nigga's eyes in a 2004 movie. They CGI'd his eyes because he didn't want to open them. That's crazy. I'm sorry. All right.
No, yeah. Great thoughts on that. Yeah. So I think Blade is super iconic. Of course, Wesley Snipes' interpretation of that character is amazing. I do not want to see this nigga come back as Blade right now. Like you said, now if they de-age him, then yes, please bring him back and make sure that technology is looking crisp. Because I don't want to, even though he does look good for his age. Granted, he does. He does not look like prime 90s Wesley Snipes. That man was a fucking specimen. Okay. So,
oh my god,
yeah.
Oh.
If I can't get that Blade, I don't even want him.
Oh, okay.
I want CGI muscles. I want de-age his muscles, de-age his face.
What?
De-age everything.
Okay.
If you can't do it, like I said, that Blade, you will live in my mind as that perfect 1 and 2 movie, and part 3 is just fun to watch. But anyway.
Is it though?
This nigga fought Dracula. Guys, that wraps it up. That wraps it up. Any lasting thoughts, Julia?
Nah, man. Look, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the Current Era Pod. I really just said stuff in the beginning because usually, like once we're done talking, people just click off. But anyway, subscribe, like, and comment down below. Thanks, Mondi.
Thank you. Bye.